Welcome to my views and news. Another attack by the Oromo Liberation Army to free prisoners. OLA members, the supporters were freed in this attack. I think this is fourth attack by the Oromo Liberation Army targeting police stations to free their companions. Secondly, viewers, Amhara-BG region's border where Fano fighters are operating. Hundreds are there, some say thousands. Locals are complaining. Goma's Amhara tensions rising there. Thirdly, viewers, the World Bank issued a statement yesterday which is being quoted by several news sources as if World Bank is refusing financial support to Ethiopia, or World Bank is laying out some preconditions for continuation of assistance for Ethiopia. We'll have a look at the statement. And lastly, a protest was held in Germany yesterday by an Amhara organization. Target of the protest was the Prime Minister of Ethiopia and Oromia Prosperity Party. Firstly, viewers, now we are receiving reports from different parts of the Oromia region about clashes between the Oromo Liberation Army and government forces. And government forces mean Ethiopian National Defense Force. I have received some videos, pictures, several graphic videos, pictures, which indicate that once again we're seeing the same situation which it was before the start of talks. First round of talks has been concluded between the OLA and Ethiopian government in Tanzania. Second round has not been announced so far. Both parties say they are committed to the second round of talks, but on the ground, war has intensified. Or clashes, if war isn't the right word, clashes have intensified. Oromo Liberation Army is accusing government that government is attacking OLA's positions, but what we are seeing on the ground is that OLA is trying to free its companions from different police stations. This is fourth attack which I am going to report in this video, attack on police stations. First attack happened in Horogodoro. Around 100 prisoners were released in that attack by Oromo Liberation Army fighters. Second attack was carried out in Bishoftu. 5 police stations were attacked. Again, dozens of members of OLA and supporters were released. Third attack happened in Vilenchiti, East Shiva zone. Here also there was exchange of gunfire, some casualties happened too, and some prisoners were released. Now fourth attack, which happened yesterday reportedly. Arsi, Koji town. There again the same pattern, that OLA fighters, they attacked a police station and they freed prisoners. In the exchange of gunfire, casualties happened. Some police officials were killed. So pattern is the same, that OLA is trying to attack police stations to free its companions. It is difficult for the government to deploy a large number of security officials for the security of each and every police station in Oromia. But those police stations where there are OLA members as prisoners, obviously their security is not effective. Security arrangements there are not effective. That is why OLA fighters can easily attack. Bishoftu is just 30-40 kilometers away from Addis Ababa. If they can attack 4 police stations in Bishoftu, it means they can attack any police station in Oromia. That just shows that despite government's claims, OLA is still able to carry out an attack wherever it wants to attack. Yes, you can argue about how big the attack would be. Yes, we can say OLA is not in a position to take control of Addis Ababa. Yes, I agree. OLA is not in a position to take over Addis Ababa, I agree. At the same time, OLA is able to carry out an attack wherever it wants, anywhere in Oromia, it seems, especially in Western Oromia, in Central Oromia. Arsi is in Eastern Oromia, I think. Here also, OLA fighters managed to enter police station and free their companions. Secondly, viewers, Fano fighters, I reported, are organizing themselves on Amhara-Benishangul-Gumuz border. Thousands are there reportedly regrouping themselves. Vandwosan Birhano is the commander there reportedly. On Amhara-BG border, now we're seeing activities of these Fano groups. And local Gomaz are claiming that these Fano fighters are involved in atrocities against civilians in the Bate Voreda Medical Zone of Benishangul Gumuz region. Both communities living on the sides of the border are complaining. To the east, Agos live on Amhara-BG border. To the west, Gomaz live and Amharas live as well. And both are, Agos are minority in Amhara. Gomaz have been complaining for years that Fano fighters, Amhara fighters, they enter Benishangul, and that some Amhara investors, they have been trying to back formation of Fano groups in BG. Again, we are seeing the same complaint from Gomaz side in Medical Zone, that Fano fighters are being allowed to regroup, reorganize themselves. No one is taking action, and these Fano fighters, obviously they need something to survive on. How will they survive? They need food. So either someone will support them. Locals are not expected to support them in BG. So what will they do? There will be some external assistance, or they'll be carrying out attacks on locals and trying to get food, etc. That seems to be the case, it seems, in BG, on Amhara-BG. But some incidents have been reported. I'm not saying that Fano fighters are carrying out large-scale attacks on people in Medical, no. But some attacks have been reported. Some attacks happened reportedly. Thirdly, viewers, World Bank issued a statement yesterday which is being quoted by several critics of the government, Ethiopian government, that World Bank is laying out some preconditions for the continuation of financial assistance to Ethiopia. World Bank is involved in several sectors in Ethiopia: education, healthcare, provision of clean drinking water, agriculture, women empowerment, etc. In yesterday's statement, the World Bank appreciated Ethiopian government's efforts for peace and stability. At the same time, it said that prerequisites for continued cooperation between World Bank and Ethiopian government should be followed. The requirements, the prerequisites are non-discrimination, meaningful consultation, effective public participation, property rights, and accountability. And secondly, World Bank says that there should be inclusive development in Ethiopia. I think World Bank implied in the statement yesterday that Ethiopia needs to do more for peace, stability, and transparency in the country to continue reception of aid from the World Bank. And not a good sign for Ethiopian economy, because we know that IMF has not approved any bailout package for the government so far. Despite government's extensive discussions going on for several weeks, so far bailout package is not in sight. Discussions underway. IMF is demanding guarantees of creditors, World Bank now wants assurances as well that the money going to spend in Ethiopia will ensure that it will not create instability, it will not lead to discrimination, etc. So overall, financial institutions are linking their cooperation with Ethiopia to peace and stability. And we must not forget that Amhara diaspora has launched a campaign to block loans, grants, assistance to Ethiopia. They're doing lobbying as well. And they say that they're being discriminated, that they're being massacred. Amharas are allegedly being killed in large numbers. So this campaign seems to be hurting Ethiopian government. That is why I think we saw this statement, and IMF also wants assurances. Why? Because IMF is not sure about coming days in Ethiopia. What's going to happen? No one knows. Could there be start of a major escalation in Amhara? Tensions there. So that is why IMF, World Bank concerned, and we know that there are players behind IMF and World Bank, EU, US, which want to resolve issues in Ethiopia. Why? Because they know that if issues are unresolved, it creates a window of opportunity for external players to be involved in Ethiopia, like Eritrea was involved in Tigray. So they want to resolve the issue in Ethiopia because they don't want to hear Chinese or Russian influence in this country. Lastly, was another protest by Amhara diaspora, this time in Berlin, Germany, where yesterday a demonstration was held against the federal government, against the Prime Minister. It was said that Amharas are being massacred, Amhara genocide is being committed, and Ethiopian government is illegally imprisoning Amhara people. Amhara people are at risk. That is what was the message relayed through yesterday's protest. Slogans chanted against the Prime Minister of Ethiopia, PM Abiy, against Oromia, PP leaders too. Removal of the Prime Minister of Ethiopia, the stated goal of Amhara diaspora. Now they are protesting, they are backing some groups in Ethiopia, they are doing lobbying, they are trying to block loans, grants to Ethiopian government. So far, PM is there. Watch the clip from Berlin's protest. Thank you for watching.
Über die Jahre hart erkämpft worden. Insbesondere seit 2019 durch die Machtübernahme von Abiy Ahmed hat sich die politische Situation in Äthiopien tagtäglich verschlechtert. Worunter insbesondere die Volksgruppe der Amhara leidet. Wie bekannt ist, sind die Amharas im ganzen Land vertreten. Das bringt sie in die gefährliche Situation der möglichen Ausgrenzung. Grund dafür ist, dass sie von einer Mehrheitsvertretung der Regionen als Nichtgehörige in ihrer eigenen Heimat gezählt werden. Amharas in Regionen wie in der Oromo-Region werden ausgegrenzt, vertrieben und kaltblütig ermordet. Nicht nur unsere Männer, sondern auch Frauen, Kinder und sogar ungeborene Babys. Seit